Welcome back. So, Star Wars today. In Star Wars today, we're talking about the wonderful monsters and creatures and animals and beasts and all kinds. Fantastic space beasts and where to find them of the Star Wars universe. And when you look at Star Wars, it's to establish that these are alien worlds half the time, you guys show something alien. Usually that's an animal of some kind that just is weird and wacky. And in Star Wars, and this is something I'll admit even the prequels did pretty well, did a really good job showing us weird and strange wildlife. So, I mean, what are the best wildlife in the or animals or creatures in the Star Wars universe? Well, a lot of people might say it's the original trilogy, like the Rancor, the Sarlacc, the Wampum, the space slug, the Minox, the garbage squid, all of them guys. And I'm like, no, a lot of them are good, but look back at the prequels, they got some good ones too. So for you today, I'm just going to go movie by movie and give you my favorite creature from every movie. So we'll start, honestly, with number 1, Episode 1. Now, obviously, I think the favorite creatures of this movie belonged in the Naboo underwater, the planet core scene. That has to be a given. But which one is it? If I were to say, I don't think it's that cool. I like that glowing, like, eel kind of fish thing. That was kind of cool. The Sando Aquama, the giant-ass Godzilla motherfucker, that was pretty cool. But if I were to say, it's probably the OPC killer. I actually have one of those things, like this big, the toy, where I mistakenly had bite a hot light bulb, so its teeth got kind of melted. I have one of those sitting upstairs from my days when we decided to get all the toys and stuff like that. But, no, it was a cool design. It was the first real creature we saw, too. Even though we saw a bunch of them in the wilderness on Naboo. We didn't get a good look at any of them. And it would have to be the OPC killer. That was a cool thing. It's like a crab, fish, something else. It's got the tongue like a chameleon. It's a cool looking concept, cool design, all that stuff. So then comes Episode 2. Now, Episode 2, we get a couple interesting things in the beginning. We get those flying things on Camino. Get those flying creatures. We got those weird, they were just poisonous bugs, the millipedes that are trying to kill Padme. Then, of course, you get the stadium scene, because that's really all the main creature. You got some of the Naboo stuff, like they got some wolves, but who cares about that? No, we got the Naboo creatures. The guy comes down to, not that Naboo, we got the Geonosis Coliseum creatures. And, which one's the coolest? If I were to say which one's the actual coolest, in my opinion, for that, I'd have to say it's not the little crazy cracked out of his head cat thing. It's not the rhino thing. It's got to be that mantis lizard thing that Obi-Wan fought, whatever they call it. I can't remember the names of these, unfortunately, but it's got to be the mantis thing, because it just looked the most imposing, and it was honestly probably the hardest to put down. Because Obi-Wan had to not only cut its claws off, but he had to slice it, and then stab it again. He had to put a lot of effort in killing that thing, whereas the rhino went down with a single shot from the gun, and the damn cat thing was too frail to last. So I think it would probably be the giant. I really wish I remember the names of these things, because it'd be a lot more convincing of a video then, wouldn't it? It's like, he doesn't remember a damn thing. I was like, well, sorry, I'm not perfect. I'm only human, and I'm on a time frame at the moment. So then you get into Episode 3. And Episode 3, that one, it lacked a lot of the creatures, but honestly, the one that stood out was the lizard. It was the lizard. That's what it was. It was the one that the bird lizard to boot, that he was riding throughout Utapau. That was the most fun creature in that movie, because it was pretty much the only creature, not alien race. Let's be clear. There's a difference between that. Like a dominant alien species that actually has like a colonized civilization. There's a difference between that. But no, it's the lizard. Now, in terms of Episode 4, here's where we go into different things now. We got banthas. We got dewbacks, if you want to go with the extension. We got the crate dragon, which we never see. We just see the skeleton of. And we got the garbage squid. Those are the ones I can remember. If there's one I'm different. Oh, and then you got the giant thing in the remastered edition that goes that. Yeah. Yeah, I don't care about that one that much. If I were to say which one's the coolest on that regard, ooh, that one's a tougher one. I'm going to actually have to go with the garbage squid on that, because you only see an eye and a tentacle. You never actually see the full garbage squid. Now, they've shown what the garbage squid actually looks like, because they've got books and stuff out there to show these things. But I think it would be the guards, simply because it nearly takes out one of the main characters without trying. And then, of course, you get into Empire Strikes Back, which has the wampum, the tauntauns, the space slug, the Minox, whatever this shit exists on Dagobah, which you never really see. You just see something swim in the swamp, which, again, I read what it was, but I can't count it because it's really not in the movie. So if I were to have given the options we have, that one's a little tougher. It's either the wampum or the space slug. The space slug's cool because it's a giant freaking slug in space that eats things. But the wampum, I gotta go with the wampum because it's essentially the abominable snowman that eats people. I gotta go with that one. And again, Luke cuts off his arm, nearly takes out his tauntaun at the same time. So yeah, I think I'd have to go with that for the Empire Strikes Back one. And then of course you got Return of the Jedi, which is, and I also gotta include Force Awakens, I just realized. Return of the Jedi, Sarlacc Pit. Ewoks, I'll count Ewoks on that. I won't count Chewie. I know it's kind of sounding hypocritical, but you gotta kind of count it in many ways. Really, those are the only two you get in that movie, actually, when you think about it. No, yeah, I mean, if you want to count Chewie, but I don't count Chewie in this regard. Ewoks in the Sarlacc Pit. That's pretty much. Oh, well, you got the toad in the front of Jabba's palace. It's the Sarlacc Pit. Let's not kid ourselves on that one. It's the Sarlacc Pit. It's the one that eats Boba Fett. It's the one. It's just this giant freaking tumor in the ground that eats things. So yeah, and then we go into the Force Awakens, which is slightly different. We got the Rathtars. We got that bird we see at the very beginning. We get that thing we see that's drinking the water next to Finn in that scene. Spoilers, folks. The movie's been out now for what? How long? 9 weeks? So get over it if I'm saying spoilers at this point. Now, do they get it? I'm not trying to think. Did they encounter anything else in the movie? No, I don't think they encountered anything else. Those are the 3 main creatures I saw in the movie. And if I were to say, you want my honest opinion on them? You really do? You know you do. Fuck the Rathtars. No, I'm sorry. That scene I really was taken out of that scene even the first time to a degree. I'm like, no, they're too CGI. They really are. There's times when CGI works, but this is just a big distraction that didn't need to happen in the movie. It did not. And their design wasn't terrible, but it was just kind of stupid. They're the Star Wars beholders, if you're a D&D player at all. If you know the reference of that. That's what they are. It just didn't work. It didn't work to me. So, you know what? Fuck it. I'm giving it to the bird. I'm giving it to that bird that was going tink, tink, tink. That's what I'm doing. Actually, no. If I were to say the coolest... It's not the Rathtars. I'm sorry, the Rathtars were not cool to me. They were just annoying. Which if you disagree, fine. You disagree. I'm not gonna hold it against you if you disagree. Unfortunately, given the other 2 options, I don't have much ways to go. So I'm gonna give it to that giant thing that Finn was drinking next to. Wonder what creatures we'll get next time. In episode 8. Who knows? It'll be fun, though. So, those are my thoughts on that. Oh, I forgot the Rancor. Never mind, I take that back. It's the Rancor that in Return of Jedi. How did I forget the Rancor? Yeah, Rancor, sorry. Rancor was just one of those great imposing things. It's one of the great imposing monsters in Star Wars. So, again, it's the OPC Killer Episode 1. It's the mantis reptile bug thing in episode 2. It's the lizard bird riding horse in episode 3. It's the garbage sweat episode 4. It's the wampum and wampus. Is it the wampum? I think it's the wampum. And episode 5. It's the Rancor in episode 6. And it's the giant pig thing in episode 7. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And as always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. So I'm going to actually be able to catch Hail Caesar tonight. Thank God. Ooh, thank God. And then, if funds allow and I feel inclined, maybe I'll do Pride and Prejudice, but I'm having a feeling I'm not going to be inclined to go see that. So, I'm going to see Hail Caesar tonight, though. So, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and see you next time, folks. Later.